Testing one. Can you hear this out there? You hear it in the bar? Okay, staring at me doesn't tell me if you can hear me or not. Is everybody's like, can you hear it okay? All right. We'll start up here in about 1 minute. Well, hey, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is having fun. We got a great crowd out here.
A great crowd.
Incredible. So glad you're here. Want to take this time again to, as always, thank Luis and Dee and everybody here in the staff. We're at Luigi's in Newcastle on 117 Northwest 32nd Street. If you're out and about and wondering what to do for food, come on out. Have some food. Have $10 lasagna tonight. Happy hour for the rest of the evening. And so come out and enjoy the show. Right here next to me, everybody comes to see him. That's just the truth. He is the man, not the myth, the legend, Gene Reed. Gene, how are you?
I'm great, Billy. I say it every week. I can't help myself. We love talking racer football. Mm-hmm. We love talking racer athletics. And we love talking about the good food and good people here at Luigi's.
So, hey, you picked a good night. If you're watching online or on our streaming, you can get us on Roku. You can get us on Amazon Fire Stick. You can get us on Apple TV. You can go to the website. You can go to all of those. You can get us the app, Oklahoma Sports Net. You can watch it on there. If you are not doing anything tonight, you have a great night to come out here. We have some great guests.
Too late. It's not too late.
Not too late.
They need to head this way, right, Wayne?
Start heading this way. We have great guests tonight. We're going to talk to Judd Wilson, who is one of the football coaches. We're going to talk to Josh Heskew, also one of the coaches. We're going to talk to Rex Heskew. He's a player of the game from last week against Hera. We also have a special guest in our first overtime period. We're going to talk to Coach Nicole Copeland and Austin Copeland, talk to them about basketball coming up. I know we're getting ready. It's getting a little cooler, so we know what's coming. Yep. And then after that,
what if we go into double overtime?
Double overtime is going to be with Coach Crosley. They just won the state championship in fast pitch softball, and we're going to have him on here. And after the coaches show, immediately after, we're going to have a celebration with them. So come out, get to see people. There are tons of people here. Who all do you see here that you know?
I see a lot of coaches. We call it the coaches show, and what's fun is to see all the coaches. Tonight we have athletic director Brent Hodges is here, Judd Wilson, Coach Josh Heskew. They're on the show tonight, as you said. Coach Copeland, Nicole, and Austin Copeland. We're going to have Coach Crosley in here. I saw Coach Jennifer Sanders here, and our chief of staff, our superintendent, Dr. Kathy Walker, is here.
That's
We're
right,
always
the
glad
boss.
to have her. And there'll probably be more joining us, a lot of fans. And we don't require quietness in here. We welcome you cheering and supporting these guests that we have with us tonight.
And we do. We want you to cheer. If you hear something you like, give a clap. That's fine. If people at home say we couldn't hear you through the clapping, that's their fault. You should be here. And so, hey, do want to tell you, get on down here. We're again Luigi's, 117 Northwest 32nd Street, just down the street from Walmart and Walgreens. You'll see us here. You'll see all the cars. You'll hear the noise of people having fun. So, hey, let's just take a second. I'm going to turn it over to Eugene like we do every week. Just discuss the Hera game, some of the stats, and some of the things we saw.
Well, we do love talking football. We like talking about the games that we've seen. Billy, Newcastle played at Hera on Thursday night this past week. The Racers prevailed 43-20. It was a good game. It was a tough game. Mm-hmm. Hera we did not expect them to invite us in and not play a good game, and they did. Right. They played tough. The Racers played even tougher and did a great job. 43-20 Newcastle. Some of the stats, we only had 54 yards passing, and I'm selfish. I want 400 or 500 yards passing and 400 or 500 yards rushing. But, Billy, you made a good point. Each time I bring that up, it was a ground game for the Newcastle Racers again. We rushed for 325 yards. Bradford had 155 yards in that game. Jackson Shanuel had another almost 100 yards. We got him down at 99, 379 yards total rushing for or total yards for the Racers. Hare was held to 49 passing yards and 235. They had a hot little running back, man.
They did, yes.
McCarrig, number 21, he showed his stuff. I think he had about 190 yards, but he was kind of almost single-dimensional for them, and we kept him corralled pretty well. In fact, the Panthers only scored in the last, quarter of the game for the most part.
Right.
It was a good game. We did pick them off one time, one interception. Let me tell you just briefly about some of the other teams in our. So that's the stats, you might say.
Right.
Some of the other teams in our district. Newcastle defeated Hera. Blanchard defeated Classen, who we play next Friday night. Tuttle defeated Bridge Creek 49-3, and Bethany beat Tecumseh 49-14. So it was a good game. It was a good game, and how did we do in the rankings? Newcastle continues to get good press, you might say, in how we're ranked. There are two different rankings that I tend to look at. The Daily Oklahoman has Newcastle at number 6, and the Max Preps has Newcastle number 5. I'll make one other observation, Billy. The other district that we would go against, to my knowledge, we would go against the Western District 4A1.
Yes. 4
of their teams are in the top 10. Mm-hmm. So the teams that we would see in our division, I beg your pardon, three of their teams are in the top 10, and all 4 of the 4A2, that Newcastle, Tuttle, Blanchard, and Bethany will probably be among the top 4, and all 4 of us are in the top 10. So this is a real tough district that we're in, and it's a really strong western half of the state of Oklahoma.
Well, and absolutely, like you were saying, we would play the teams in Division I. And if you look at the top 2 teams in 4A Division I, Clinton and Weatherford. Mm-hmm. Does that sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you look at it that way, we have already played both of those teams. One was a scrimmage, but we'll take the win. And then the other one, Weatherford, we beat them first game of the year. And so we have played both of those, and they are leading their Division I section. And so we would be looking at them. I'm not sure who is 3rd and 4th.
And Elk City is also in there, and they're among the top 10. And I believe Chickasha might be the 4th one. I haven't been following them real close, but the next one after those 3 are not among the top teams.
Right. Well, and talking about this game last week, I was the same with you. I thought we'd come in, there'd be a harder run game. Hera likes to wear you down. They want to run you and run you and run you and run you, and they weren't able to do that. I would say that Newcastle, through the first 3.5 quarters, dominated almost everything. Now, that's not taking anything away from Hera.
Right.
McCarrick is an incredible runner. He's a strong runner. He will make you have to take him down. But I believe that they took care and dominated on the offensive side of the ball. You had Shanuel scoring. You had Bradford scoring. You had passing going as well balanced. I thought that was good.
Had a field goal.
That's right. On the defensive side, They kept everything contained. They kept everything together till, again, kind of the mop-up or clean-up time of the game. And so they did real good at that. And like you were saying, special teams were incredible. It was very windy out there. In fact, we were up on top of the press box, and our papers kept blowing off the press box. And so very windy, but they did a good job throwing the ball, kicking the ball. It was just a good night all around, I think.
It was a good game and a good win.
That's right. And what I would say about McCarrick is he got stronger as the night went on.
I'm going to ask Rex about that. When we talk to Rex, when we talk about the defense, I've got a question for him about McCarrick.
Well, very good. Well, hey, we have a great night tonight, special night. Again, have basketball coaches here. We're going to talk to Coach Copeland and Coach Copeland. We're getting ready to talk to Judd Wilson, and he's middle school coach as well as assistant head coach. And he's one that got us on here. We're going to talk to a little bit about that. We also will have a celebration. Again, if you haven't left yet, get out, come on down here, 117 Northwest 32nd. We're going to have a celebration with the state championship softball team after the coaches show, so you can be here for that, celebrate with them. Want to thank everybody for being here, but want to thank you for being here. We'll be right back after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Hey, welcome back here to the Coaches Show here at Luigi's, 117 Northwest 32nd. We are here tonight. You can look down, see Judd's here with us. I am jealous of your beard, man. I just got to be honest with you. I have tried that, and the hair just goes everywhere. Hey, Judd, we're glad you're here, and we're going to be asking you about the hair game. But can you remind us a little bit, what are some of the roles that you play in the coaching assignments and what you do?
All right, so middle school, I'm the head middle school 7th and 8th grade coach. And then on the high school squad, I'm labeled as assistant head coach, but I coach the defensive tackles and the nose guards.
Okay.
Day-to-day type stuff. So Heavy J as one of my guys.
Yeah.
Good. You're doing well.
Yeah.
You're doing well so far. Hey, Judd, you've really taken a key role, had a key role in getting the Coaches Show going this year. You've been a lot of help coordinating with Billy and me. You've helped us so much. How are we doing so far?
Outstanding. You know, it's funny that's one of your comments on there is I was talking to Dee and I was thinking about I really need to thank you guys just for doing the show and just the relationship that I've built with you two guys as friends. But it's been really awesome as far as the exposure for the coaches and our players and kind of the community getting to know our coaches and players from a different view.
Yeah.
So it's really been outstanding. The restaurant, my wife's family, they all appreciate it. It's been awesome. Tuesday nights have been great. I've
we
enjoyed it every time.
appreciate them and you and the family.
Yeah,
the family.
that's right.
They have been so helpful to us and coordinating this and accommodating us. And now we've had several guests on already. I'm wondering, do you have to do any arm twisting, or are these guys actually
I think there's a couple of them that I had to talk them into it. I was like, listen, I got up there and talked. Once you get up there, it's a lot of fun. So Coach Ketch was the biggest one. He tries to be like Mr. All shy and quiet, but he's really not.
Right.
So he's really enjoyed it the couple times he's been on. I think he's on one more time after this. So, no, it's been great for all the coaches. Reaching out to, obviously, like we missed Hannah Davis, the volleyball coach, because she's busy. We had the cross-country coach on. It's just scheduling was tough because of all those coaches being in season.
Right.
So that's what the good thing about Coach Cross finishing the deal this last weekend. It's great to have him on here tonight. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Crosley is in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, Coach, it has been fun for us too, and it's been so enjoyable hearing the heartfelt comments from the coaches. And I've said this a few times: your players echo that same language, that same conversation, and that's got to be something you're proud of as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Brickman says it all the time. We have great kids, and it's a lot of fun to coach those guys. And we have a great group of coaches in every sport. I mean, I've been here for 12 years, and this is probably the best collection of coaches throughout every sport that we've been around. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, the last time we talked to you, you had just completed just a few games with the middle school team. How's it going since then?
We've had a couple tough games, but these guys are learning. They've gotten better every single week. They keep coming to practice. I don't know if next week is like this week. I don't know if they'll make it every day because it was pretty cold out there the last couple days. But we still get out there at 6:30 in the morning and get after it. Really? So, but they've been working hard. Every kid's really improved, and the future's bright for Newcastle. So.
And Coach, the wins-losses are important. The win-losses are important. I know that it's important to the fans and to the players. But these young men are developing all through the season. So we agree with you. The fans agree that they are going to be a real contribution for the years
absolutely.
to come.
That's one thing that, as a coach you watch for. You're fighting with, especially in middle school, because it's the first time they've really done a school ball type situation. And so you're fighting them wanting to go on to their next sport, those types of things.
Right.
But these guys have stayed locked in. Yesterday we had a really good practice at, I think it was 40 degrees when we walked out there, and those guys were still hitting it. We had a lot of fun. They did a good job. So
well, if you're a middle school athlete, especially now for football, I just want to tell you how much we appreciate what you're doing. I hope you stay with it. We look forward to see you coming up as freshmen and as varsity.
That's right. And I would even say this, what you're doing in the middle school and what we're seeing coming out of middle school is the difference between high schools that have short-term success where the focus is on just the team and the long-term success when the focus is on the program. And that's very obvious watching you and the coaches doing that as well. So we appreciate that. Now let's get on to Hera. What were some of your takeaways from the Hera game?
After the first drive, I was questioning what we did as far as coaches last week, but our guys buckled down and they locked in and pretty much shut Hera down for the next 2.5 quarters. We had some young guys come in there at the end, but it's good for them to get the experience and the live game speed,
absolutely,
all of those types of things. But we knew Hera was going to be tough. They were going to be physical. And that running back's a real deal. He's a heck of a ball player.
He is.
And so I was proud of our defense to step up the way they did after that first drive.
We were too, and we've all seen that before. That opening drive, they were wound up, they were fired up, they were ready to go. And I want you to know, I never had a doubt.
Yeah, that's right.
I knew you all would.
No, haven't had one all season. And but no, that's real good. Now you said you're the defensive line, defensive tackles.
So we got a Viper in the end, and Coach Bradshaw coaches those guys on the daily, and then I have the nose guards and the tackles.
Right.
Good. And well, I noticed that they did very well keeping the line there. And is that how you kind of felt too? And keeping the pressure on them, not letting him get up through. The only success I remember McCarrick having was a lot more around the ends. I didn't see him go up through the middle too much.
They didn't go up through the middle a whole lot. So they do a lot of different things formation wise, and then they would pin and pull. They would wrap the center around the guard. So that was all new stuff for us, which is going to be – it'll benefit you later on if you ever see that again, especially if you get to playoffs. But it was tough. Like I say, that first drive, I go back and look at it, and there's a couple things that if we're a little more locked in and firing off, but they corrected it, and that's all you can ask from your players. So it was a lot of fun.
That's something
Heavy J got popped right there on the first play. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Heavy J.
Keep your head on swivel,
I missed that,
right?
but thanks for mentioning it.
Yeah, now we have Jaron Webb here today, and just to give you an idea, when Gene and I were at some of the practices before the school year, we saw him. We're like, "Who's number 45? Who's number 45?" So Gene, as he does, goes out and goes, "Hey, what's your name?" And he just goes, "Heavy J," and that's how he said it. So I didn't even know your real name at first. But
I don't think I knew his real name for 2 weeks. So I coached him every day.
Well, that's good. Go ahead.
I was going to ask Coach just how, kind of wrapping up this segment, how is practice going for the coming week with Classen?
So Coach Brick made some changes just to keep the boys kind of locked in, and they have to stay focused.
Yeah.
And so we went out today with kind of a whole new schedule, and one of the best practices we've had.
Really?
Yeah, at least the last couple of weeks. It was really good. Kids are flying around. They were excited. Good. So there was a lot of fun things that went on today.
Was it still Tackle Tuesday today?
Absolutely.
All right.
And Coach Brick made it his Tackle Wednesday now, too.
Oh, wow.
So I like that. That's going to be fun.
Going old school here, aren't we?
So a week from today will be Tuttle Tiger Tackle Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Wow.
We want to have good
Tackle
practice.
Tackle the Tigers.
Yeah, you bet. All right.
Judd, you have been amazing this whole season. I know we got several games left. I was talking to A.D. Hodges. We got, 4 or 5 games left, 6 games left, we're hoping.
Yep. Hopefully 7.
But you have been great through
I
all
appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. It's been a blast.
And so we're having fun. Well, thank you very much for being here. We're going to take a short break here, and then we're going to be back with Josh Heskew. He is the defensive back, wide receiver. Oh, excuse me. No, I'm ahead of myself.
That other Heskew.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be here with Rex Heskew, who is a wide receiver and defensive back. So stick with us right after this break here on OSM.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Need a little bit more stuff, you know.
Hey, welcome back here to the Coaches Show. We are here at Gene. You had something you wanted to.
Well, first of all, I mentioned all the coaches so far, and since I mentioned that, Coach Brickman is in the building. We're glad to have Coach Brickman attending our shows, and he's here tonight. And we are so proud to have wide receiver, defensive back, utility guy, a little bit of everything, player of the game this past week against Hera. Rex Heskew is with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And his fan base.
Yeah.
And we're glad to have that. Rex, you're a junior.
Yes, sir.
I know you. Let's see. Do you play on offense and defense?
Yes, sir.
I know you do. Rex plays on offense, defense, special teams. He's a deep snapper for special teams. He's a punt return. Are you on kickoff return?
No, sir, I'm not.
Kickoff?
Why not?
How about kickoff?
Those are the times they give me a little
There
bit
you
of a
go.
break.
Good for
Yes,
you.
sir.
Good for
Good
you.
answer. Good answer.
He's a multiple player of the game recipient. At least a 2-year starter. Did you start as a freshman as well?
No, sir, I just started
So
last year.
2-year, but he played a lot as a freshman. Some of his performance, Billy, blow your hair back.
It will. It,
blew-
obviously.
It blew my
All right.
17 so far for the year. He's had at least 17 receptions for 215 yards, 3 touchdowns. He has punt returns for 64 yards, 4 interceptions with 36 yards of return. That puts his total yardage for the year 315 yards. Billy, that's 45 yards per game.
Wow.
And that's not even counting the number of yards he saves when he does field a punt that isn't able to be returned. He's had several PBUs, pass breakups, at least 12 tackles that we counted, and he's almost always near the ball. Rex, it's a pleasure having you here with us tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And hey, the last time you were here with us, it was right after the Woodward game, getting ready for the Tecumseh game. So that seems like forever ago. Is that what it feels like to you? So how is the game, how's it gone this season for you since that moment being on? Because you looked bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go play ball. How's it gone through the season and where you're at now?
I mean, it's been good. We've been preparing good lately, but we had that tough loss against Blanchard. But other than that, we've bounced back the last 2 games and did pretty good after that. So took care of business.
Well, good. How's everything going on the team? Now, you're a junior this year?
Yes, sir.
So how's it going on the team? I know there's been a lot of conversations, you guys working each other up, encouraging each other. Has that continued on through the season, gotten even bigger?
Yes, sir. We always try to build each other up on our team.
Well, good deal.
Rex, I'm going to have you pull your mic a little bit closer in.
Yes, sir.
And so talk to us about the Hare game. What were your thoughts about the game last week?
It was good. They came out and kind of busted us in the mouth, and then we took it back at them, and then we scored a couple touchdowns, and then after that, it was pretty much in the books.
Well,
Yes, sir.
both teams had some good runners on the field.
Yes, sir.
TJ, excellent runner. McCarrick was an excellent runner, and you knew he was going to be powerful. Did that affect you and your role? Are you cornerback or are you corner or
I'm a corner, yes,
corner?
sir.
So. Did you hone in on him in particular, or did you just stay in your space, or what?
Well, a lot of the time I was trying to come up and make tackles in open space, but that's really all we had to adjust on him because he was pretty shifty and he could make some people miss.
He was.
So. Yes, sir.
And when they're strong and when they're shifty and have both of those things going for them, what is really impressive to me is how you come in. I really see a lot of technique out of the defensive backs and the linebacker, and the whole defense, where you're not just trying to come in and get the hit. You come in, you can see you guys getting your footing right, getting your hands together. Right. Is that something y'all really worked on in the off season before the season started, or is that just something that the coaches just kind of keep on you about?
Yeah, we didn't really work on it much before the season, but during the season we do a bunch of tackling drills and tackling circuits and stuff to get better at that. So.
You mentioned the Blanchard game, and no one likes a loss, but it's a good game. Does that game or do any of the games really just stand out at you as a memorable game, or are they all about the same, or any particular play that you like that you as a memory maker for you?
I like the Blanchard game. I got a lot of targets that game, so it was kind of nice. Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good.
What do you think that was? What do you just kind of that's where they were throwing, or you were covering their good guy, or?
Well, they played off a lot, so they ran cover 4 a lot of the time, so you could kind of get in and out of their defense pretty easily because they were trying to stay over the top.
Good.
So.
Well, and I think you do a great job at that. It seems like you almost have an eye for the ball. Wherever the ball's at, you're usually pretty close right there.
Yes, sir.
And so that's good. So, hey, coming into the last part of the season, what are some things you'd say, these are my goals, how I want to finish out the season?
I mean, hopefully we can go undefeated. That's our biggest goal, but I'd like to maybe get 2 more interceptions to add on to my.
Oh yeah.
Oh, make
resume.
it 3.
Yeah.
All right.
So why 2? Round it up to what would that round?
I think that's like 6 maybe.
Very good. That'd be a good round number.
Yes, sir.
We'll take 3, though.
That's
3
right.
more.
I will gladly take 3.
Yeah.
And that's been something that Gene and I noticed at the scrimmage with Clinton, is that you had, and I don't know what they call it, but once the pass is in the air, you close in.
We called it
with a
the
lot of
blue.
speed.
We called it the blue blur because
That's right.
he had his blue shirt on, blue uniform on, and it was a blur when he closed in on that pass.
I know Gene goes, what number was that? And I go, I have no idea. It was gone. Yeah. And so you've done a great job. Seem to have a good mind for the ball. You guys are playing great. Everything's looking good. I'm excited how y'all finish out this season and watching you next year. So,
Yes, sir.
So I hope player of the game will have you back on.
Yep. Rex, we're proud of you. We're proud of the entire team. We're proud of all those guys who play with you, the coaches and everything like that. Once again, thank you for being a guest on the Coaches Show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
This is junior Rex Heskew. He is a wide receiver and defensive back for Newcastle. He is going to be one of the ones that will be playing there at Class and SAS, a home game, senior night this Friday. You'll see him, big number 4 out there, does a great job. So thanks for being with us. We're going to take a break here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Hey, we're back here at the Coaches Show here in Newcastle at Luigi's, 117 Northwest 32nd. It's almost too late. You need to get here. We're having a special night talking with Josh Heskew right here. I'm going to turn it over to Gene here. Go ahead there. And then I was going to talk about some of the other guests we're going to have as well.
Well, I'm going to start mentioning, I'm going to tell you there's going to be icing on the cake.
Yes.
When we say icing on the cake, there's going to be icing on the cake here when we have our double overtime. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the lady racers are in the building.
Yes.
I saw them, so we're glad to have them. Coach Brooks also came in. We're glad to have you here, Coach. We've got a lot of coaches, and glad to have you guys here. We're really glad to have Josh Heskew here. We appreciate him being here. He's strength and conditioning coach, as well as coaching the middle school line, offensive line, and defensive line. Welcome, Josh. Good to have you here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your coaching role with the middle school teams this season.
Well, I was asked this year to come out and contribute with coaching the offense and defensive line, right? Yeah. It's something that I've helped with the high school with off and on. So getting that opportunity to actually be able to do it full time in between my normal duties with my regular job. Yeah. But I'm blessed to be able to be out there with them.
Now, do you have experience on offensive or defensive line?
Well, a little bit. Throughout my playing career in high school and college, I played a little bit of offensive.
I know you did. I did. We're proud to have you here.
Thank you.
Have you ever thought? I wrote in a note. Have you ever considered coaching Little League?
I thought about it. Maybe one of these days I'll dive into that.
So both of those questions was just to say what a great background Josh has had.
Yes.
His college career was remarkable. He has some of those national championship rings that with your playing time at Nebraska. 3, in fact, right?
Yes, yes.
And we're proud of that. And I just know you have a great reputation in your role with Little League, and I'm so glad for that as well.
Well, I have a follow-up question. You do the O-line, D-line.
Yep.
On the middle school level, what is probably the thing that is the most interesting thing you have to teach these young guys about being on the line? Because some of them, that's probably the first time they've ever seen themselves in that role.
Yeah. So probably on the defensive line, just using their hands. For some reason, they just think they're battering rams, right? So they just go in head first and think that they can get things done. Offensive line, it's just teaching techniques, right? It's just making sure you're keeping hands inside, and we're always on a path, right? We do zone blocking schemes, and so just teaching those steps that they got to take. It's almost like an orchestrated dance, you know.
Wow.
You want to be able to stand behind them and be able to see them do everything that. Everything the same, right? Everybody's taking that same step, same movement, getting to where they need to be. So,
well, as you've probably been with the team about as long as anyone with your role in strength and conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
Strength and conditioning, I'm guessing, begins way before the football season begins, right? So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that. I want to, are you pleased with the results that are coming from the work you've done so far?
yeah, well, first of all,
I know you got to be.
yeah, no, I am. I mean, I'll tell you what, those boys, they have definitely worked hard. They've really go out there from day one, right? I mean, I talk to them about their goals and where they want to be when the season starts, and let them know that truly the season starts the first day of off season, right? That's where your season starts.
Right.
It's not in August. The games aren't, that where the rubber meets the road is not in September. It's when they come back in January and they're ready to hit it and they're ready to get going. That's when that season starts. And if they can get that in their head and they can process that and get it and understand and just believe in that, then you know what? They're going to be very successful. And they have been. That's fun.
And Josh, we talk all the time. We talk about strength and conditioning. We see it in play, and we also talk about depth. And both of those are so valuable to us. Now, with regard to strength and conditioning, does that go into a maintenance mode during the football season, or is it still very active, or what changes during the season?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with strength conditioning during the season is just maintaining strength and keeping kids healthy.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's what you use weightlifting for throughout the season. And I just know in my background, when I played at Nebraska, I mean, we were in the weight room 3 to 4 days a week. Even when we went to bowl games, right?
Really?
There's nothing like being in a parking lot in Miami and Miami, Florida, lifting weights, and you come in from practice and you're out there in a parking lot because that's where they set up a temporary weight room for us. So we're taking that same mentality to this, where you can maintain what you've earned throughout the year, and and just keep them healthy.
Well, when it comes to Rex, does he get more at-home training that he has to do, or do you kind of try and play the coach role with him as much as possible?
I'm up every morning at 5 o'clock, and I work out at 5:30, and that's when I try to talk him into coming out and working out with me.
Yeah.
Early in the seasons and the summers and the off seasons, he does a pretty good job of getting up and getting some workouts in, getting some extra workouts in. During the season, I get it. It gets rough, right? I mean, it really does. I mean, lifting twice a day and then going into practice, probably not the most ideal,
Right.
but I'll tell you what, I couldn't be more proud of him. He's a hard worker. He keeps his head down. He just goes. He does what he's supposed to do.
We're proud of him as well. How about? It looks like all of your children are active. Are they all involved in athletics?
Yeah, everything from basketball to cross country to track to football. Obviously, I got 2 boys that are in football, and they both play basketball. My girls both play basketball, and then my oldest is in cross country, and Maggie is just, she does basketball year round.
Oh, great. Well, man, just congratulations on a good season and everything you're doing, and a great family. Met them earlier, and just great people, or said hi to them earlier. I met them earlier in the season. But just glad that you could be here, glad that you're part of these guys, and you see the players emulating the coach.
Yes.
And I hope that you see that and are proud of that they have your drive, that they have your love of the game as a whole, not just their role in it. And so it was just great having you here, and I hope the rest of the season goes well for you as well.
And, Coach, you're among a group of men, and you are one of the group of men, you're one who bring a great personal testimony, testimony of values and faith. We really appreciate that among all of our coaches as well. Thank you very much for being here with us.
Well, thank you, guys.
And we're going to go to a break right here, and then we have a very special guest coming up. One of our special guests tonight is going to be basketball coach Natalie Copeman. Nicole, my mistake. Nicole Copeland. Sorry about that, Miss Nicole. And Miss Nicole Copeland's going to be on here, and so why don't you stick around right after this from Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Hey, we're back at the Coaches Show. This is our OT time. We call it overtime. We are going to take this time, and we have a wonderful, and I apologize again, Nicole Copeland is here, the basketball coach. Excited. How many years have you been the coach here?
This is just my second year.
Second year. So exciting with that and going well, and just glad that you're on the show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And I will tell you that Austin, when he was on the show last, was very respectful, especially for a brother. Or no, excuse me, a son. And so.
hey, that's right. Austin's my brother. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So he did a real good job. Hey, just some questions for you. You know, we're coming up on basketball. What are some things you're looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to seeing the growth that these girls have made from last season to now. Last year when we came in, it was doing a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. And, you know, these girls have bought into everything that we brought to this program, and it's been a hard road for them. And even our senior group last year, knowing that they just had 1 year, they totally bought in, and they led, and we appreciated that so much as coaches. And to go from winning 3 games in 2 years to winning 11 last year, and we actually lost 5 by a total of 7 points total.
Right.
So we were in so many games, and we're a bucket away from, you know, advancing to the area tournament. And so I'm proud of the fight, and more importantly, I'm just really, really excited that they have bought into what we're trying to do.
Coach, we saw that as fans. We were so proud of the improvement right away from having that time to practice with them in the season, and we saw a lot of improvement from the beginning of the season to the last. You have some great players. Tell us a little bit about what you did prior to coming to Newcastle. Where are some places you coached?
Okay, well, I haven't been coaching as long as Coach Crossley, but I have been doing this a while. This is my 29th year. My first coaching job out of college was actually with Sherry Cole at Norman High. It was her last season at Norman High before she went to OU, which I still think is the greatest collection of high school talent that I've ever seen in the state of Oklahoma. We had 7 athletes who played Division I athletics on that program. And then when Sherry went to OU, I went to Westmore. Chad Threlkill was her assistant, and he took the head job at Westmore. And I was with him for 4 years there. And then I took the head coaching job at Mustang. And I was at Mustang for 8 or 9 years. We won a championship there. You know, that first year with Sherry, we won a state championship. Chad and I won a state championship at Westmore. Then I won one at Mustang. So I'm a little greedy. And so
we are too.
There's an expectation there that
That's right.
you know. So after Mustang, I was at Norman for 3 years, and then I was at Mount St. Mary. My boys went to high school at Mount St. Mary, and I had an opportunity to coach there and to be with them during their high school careers, and that was exciting. And then when my youngest graduated, I thought I was done. And a friend of mine at Piedmont begged me to come be his assistant and said, hey, just come be around the game again, and remembered what I forgot and fell in love with the game again. And so I'm excited to be here.
We're glad that coach called you in.
That's right.
Now, I know Austin came and he's had a role in middle school football. Tell us about his role and your coaching team for this fall as basketball.
Well, he does middle school on the side.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
No, he's really excited about the football opportunity.
A lot of love on this family.
Yes.
A lot of respect.
Yes. It was funny. They'll say something and look at each other, and there's a story.
Right.
No,
so and football and basketball
right.
now.
And so he really has a long day. So he gets up. He's at football practice by 6:45, and then he teaches 2 preps. He's got Algebra 2 and pre-calc, so it's not like he's doing anything in between. And then he comes and does basketball practice with us. And so it's a long day. He's 25. He's got all kinds of energy, and sometimes he astounds me. I think it's exciting because he's going to be really, really good, and I think maybe better than all of us before it's all over. I'm very blessed not only to have him, but to have Jennifer Sanders as well.
Right.
When I came here, that was my biggest concern was, hey, I need to mesh this coaching staff up, and when Jennifer agreed to step on, it was just like we just clicked into place, and it's a lot of fun. She's extremely knowledgeable, and she knows these kids better than anybody and how to push their buttons, and I rely on her so much. And so having the 2 of them on my staff is it's the most fun I've had in a long time.
Good.
Well, yeah, and watching Coach Sanders for a lot of years and seeing her on the sideline.
A lot of years.
Knowing her like we do and watching her, you're right. I think she has that ability to help a player see what they have and then help get them to the point they need to be to use it.
She really does. We have you don't want your assistants to be exactly like you. And if you've ever seen me on the sideline, I'm not one of those to just stand there and be real quiet. And so I get after them a lot. And so to have someone like Jen who can come in behind me and and talk to the girls, and Austin is pretty level-headed. I mean, and I'm not. And so that's a good mesh, and Jen is the glue that holds us together. And
well, do you have somebody on the sideline that kind of pulls you back when you're getting out too far, like Brent Venables has? Or?
There's been time. I don't think anybody can, to be honest.
No one's qualified. Coach, tell us, your season will be starting before we know it. Any key dates or anything you want fans to be aware of to watch for over the next few weeks, or any big events that you're planning or anything
Absolutely.
like that?
So, well, first of all, October, we get all excited, and I'm kind of over it, to be honest. October 1. Well, after 29 years, I have figured out that we're all excited for October 1, but we don't play till December the 5th.
Wow.
And so it's October's a grind, and but I look up at the calendar, and we scrimmage in 2.5 weeks. So it's right around the corner, but. So we're excited about that. We do have a Racer Madness that's coming up here November the 13th, I believe, where we're going to introduce the middle school teams and have a lot of fun with. I think we have a live DJ and some 3-point contests and things like that, and we're going to introduce the high school teams and let them go up and down a little bit, and just so we're excited about that.
The girls team or both boys and
both
girls?
both programs together.
And
so
both
awesome.
classes.
Yep, all of us together. And then our home opener is December 5th against Chickasha. And then we get started. We don't open till the 5th, but then then we get going. We have
Hammer
that.
down.
We go to the Hera tournament, and then we turn around, and I think we have Blanchard and things at home, and then the sickle cell. We've got, like, Austin, how many games? Eight, I think. 8 or 9 games before Christmas, so
Wow.
we get going.
Racer fans, are we ready for basketball as well?
Yeah, we are.
We have so many great athletic programs and coaches. It's so nice of you to be with us tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we're glad you're at
Enjoyed it. Thank you.
Newcastle, and we just can't wait to see great things this fall.
We're excited.
Well, in the next segment, we're going to have up her son/brother, Austin. He's going to come and talk to us about football and basketball. Stick with us here through this break here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Hey, welcome back to the Coaches Show. We're going to spend a little time here with Austin. Really seeing what you've done. You've been a part of the football program. Now you're moving into the basketball program. What's that transition like?
To be perfectly honest, it's really not much. Because I go to football in the morning, I teach during the day, then I just go right into basketball in the afternoon. So it's really it's a nonstop thing. It's just nonstop. I go there, and I go there.
Okay.
And then next thing I know, I'm asleep, and then I do it again. So I mean,
repeat.
Wash, rinse, repeat. I see.
Yeah.
So right now you're having to kind of juggle both, and it sounds like teaching kind of breaks up the mentality. Do you have to take a different mentality into basketball than you do into football? Is there a little bit of a shift in that? I mean, you think about it, you're doing middle school boys football, and now you're going to girls basketball. Is there a change in focus or a change in mindset?
I mean, not really. It's a little bit different just as far as approaching them, you know, when you're getting on them or just trying to coach them in general. Boys and girls, whether it's high school, junior high, whatever, boys and girls by themselves are just different. Right? But you add in the middle school, high school mix, you know, there's a bit of a balance there that those first couple weeks I was telling Coach Wilson, like, this is weird. Like, I'm going from boys to girls. It's just like, oh, okay. You know, but there's just a nice little happy medium there. I mean, it's not a whole lot different. I've been around the girls now for this is my second year with them now, so I know how to approach them. That relationship is there. With the middle school boys, it was kind of the same thing. And once I established that, you know, it flows pretty good.
So you didn't. Speaking of middle school football, now you didn't have a game Monday night.
Right.
Next Monday night we do.
Yep.
And
we got
a couple
at Blanchard.
At Blanchard,
then at Heritage Hall to finish off the year.
All right, very good. Well, good luck to you. We appreciate you working with this group. We've said it a dozen times that program, not only is it fun in and of itself, but we know it feeds a bigger program later on as well.
That's right.
So we really wish you well, Austin. I really appreciate
right.
it.
And thanks for being with us here tonight.
Oh, I appreciate
really
it. This is a blast.
You.
I'll stay up here and talk all night if you let me.
Okay. Well,
this is
so
fun.
would we. So would we. So, hey, thanks for being with us. Hey, when we get back, we're going to have Coach Crosley up here and going to talk a little bit about softball. So stick around with us after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I'm a fighter like Rocky. Put your flat on your back like Ali. Yeah, I'm the greatest, I'm stronger. Bet my dues, can't lose, I'ma own ya. Hey, I've been working my whole life, and now it's do or die. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again. I am the champion. You're gonna nominate, you can't hurt me now. I can't feel the pain. I was made for this, yeah, I was born to win. I am the champion. When they write my story, they're gonna say that I did it for the glory. But don't think that I did it for the fame, yeah. I did it for the love of the game, yeah. And this is my chance I'm taking. All them old records I'm breaking. All you people watching on the TV, you go ahead and put your bets on me. Yeah. I've been waiting my whole life to see my name in lights. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again. I am the champion. You're gonna nominate, you can't hurt me now. I can't feel the pain. I was made for this, yeah, I was born to win. I am the champion.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list. Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Hey, welcome back to the Coaches Show. It looks a little different right now, and it's a little stuffed in here, but I will say it looks good.
Ladies
State
and gentlemen,
championship looks
state champion racers.
There you are.
Along with championship coaches, Coach Crosley, Coach Brooks, Coach Filer. Congratulations, guys, and congratulations to the team.
Well, Coach, just real quick, can you give us something that just sticks out with you about this team, about this season? What are some things that just make you go, wow?
We only have 45 minutes, Coach.
That's right.
There's probably a lot.
We knew ahead of time. Beginning of the season, practices before the season started, we had a pretty good idea that we'd make a run at it. We felt like we were the best team in the state all year long. And it was just a matter of us working hard. And we've been close in the past with this group, and they've had some tough luck. But I knew going into the season that we were going to be the team to beat.
How many years at Newcastle, Coach?
This is my 39th year. It's my 36th year to be the
39th
the
year.
head fast pitch coach. And
This
so
year is, if I read the record right, 35 and 5.
34 and 4.
34 and 4.
4.
All right. And 8-0 in district or something like that.
12 and 0.
12 and 0.
Yeah.
Max perhaps didn't have it right, but I'm sorry. I shortchanged it a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 34 and 4 and 12 and 0. And they played a few games there at the end and won all 3 of those few games, and it was fun to watch. Many district and regional champions. And Coach, one thing I noticed, a lot of the fans, I don't follow all the games. I didn't, and I wish I'd followed even more because I enjoyed every one, including your super regional against Wagner. But at the state final there at Marita Hines, fans saw the Lady Racers busy playing hacky-sack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're
So they played, Billy, all the way up to the first pitch almost.
Wow.
The pitcher had to say, "Would y'all move so I can pitch?" Is that was that throughout the season, or was that just for that game, or?
Oh, no. They're a real loose group. They've been in these situations numerous times. It's a very experienced group. We returned every starter from last year. And basically the last 2 years, many of them are 3-year and 4-year starters.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very experienced group, and so we've been in situations where it's been tough ball games.
They look loose, and someone sitting close to me in the out there in right field where we were watching from is a great view after all. And they said, "Boy, the other team sure is looking serious over there, and our girls are playing hacky sack." And I said, "I bet that's part of the plan."
I bet so.
Yeah.
I used to be able to play hacky sack. Now I throw out a hip.
Well,
so
they'll tell you they're not very good at it either. They probably kicked it 1 or 2 times, and that was it.
Well, I was going to ask you.
It's a different type of hacky sack, though.
Oh,
if you don't get the kick in, I think you pick it up and throw it.
That's what I saw.
Oh, wow.
I saw that,
they put a rough.
It's kind of a dodgeball hacky sack.
Rough version into it.
All right.
Well, one of the things that I noticed this year is, you're right, there were challenges from time to time. It wasn't, we can't just think as fans, hey, this was just an easy coast, we just had better this and that. But it's really seemed like the girls really stepped up and faced those challenges head on. They didn't stay back from them. They didn't make excuses for them. And that was some of the things that I really appreciated in watching them. And it really spoke well, one of the girls and their families of Newcastle, but also yourself. I think one of the things I've noticed in doing this show is the players seem to emulate their coach. So who on the team does the best impression of you?
Oh, boy.
People are pointing and someone's picking her nose.
Meredith Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Mare.
Do we want to see that, Meredith? No, you're okay. All right. Hey, we wanted to take this time and just say congratulations. Y'all were great. They've been waiting the whole show for this, and you could hear them over the show back in there. We just had some cake. Just wanted to have a celebration tonight. You see the trophy, guys. Really did a great job, and a wonderful team. We're so proud of you as a coach, proud of y'all as a team representing us and our school. Thank you very much for how you represented us on the field, off the field, with challenges, when times that it just seemed like you didn't really want to play anymore and you're just ready for the season to quit. You didn't, and we have a trophy that says we made it.
Oh, yeah.
So great
we felt like
job.
we had something to prove before the season even started.
Oh, good.
We've had, like I said, so many returning players and starters, and great leadership. Just great leadership out of our seniors. Haley Gouthier, Maddie Torn away of our center fielder, our shortstop, Mare Strange, and can't forget our pitcher, Aubrey Ferguson. And then this young lady right here, who I'm her #1 fan. She's played with a torn labrum in her hip every single year, from freshman year to senior year. That's And she told me, I want to play. We're going to make it to state.
There you go.
We got a chance.
And not to belabor that final game, but that was the game that a good first inning and a remarkable second inning, and it was all home from there.
Oh, yeah. We set the tone.
Due
right
to
off
good
the start.
fielding, good pitching.
Oh, yeah. We have it all. This group is a fantastic group. It's probably one of my – it's hard to say my best group, but they're right there at the top.
Right.
Because we had it all. We had good defense, an outstanding pitcher, and we could really swing the bats. We averaged close to 9 runs a game, but many of our wins were run rules, which were they ended the game after 5 innings, where we may not have got to hit in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. So, that average is figured in those games where we didn't get to bat 3 times. So you take away a few of those innings, you measure in the innings, and we probably averaged around 11, almost 12 runs a game,
Wow,
which is
outstanding.
impressive. And that's unheard of in fast pitch, but this group here is incredible.
Coach, you once again do the things that make it a great day to be a racer. Right, guys? Great day to be a racer. Thank you, Coach.
Yes,
thank you, ladies. We have enough cake for everybody. Everybody stay around, get some cake, and visit for a while. And we're just going to celebrate together with this great team of young ladies.
I'd like to include one more thing.
All right.
We've made it to state 28 out of 36 years, but this is our third state.
Say that again?
28 out of 36 years. Wow. But this is our third state championship, and what is really impressive, you might see a school with multiple state championships, but they did it back-to-back with the same group.
Right.
Our first state championship, of course, we had 5 runner-ups before this, which is, but our first state championship in 2014, the entire group had graduated. And then we won it again with an entirely different group in 2019. All of them are gone, and this is an entirely different group that won it again in 2023.
Wow.
So 3 different groups,
impressive.
3 different state championships, just a testament to our girls and how hard they work.
And 5 runner-up.
6.
6 runner-up.
We had one in 18 also.
Yeah. 6 plus 3 championships, 9 times made it to the last game. Outstanding.
State finals, yeah.
Well, y'all are great. Well, we want to celebrate with y'all, and that's why we're here. And if you're watching, I'm sorry it's too late for you to get here. We're going to break into the cake, and you missed out. But if you're sitting here, we want to invite you again. We bought cake for everybody. Just celebrate, get to know these girls, great young ladies, and celebrate the win. Thank you, Coach Crosley. Thank you for what you've done. And I can't believe, how did you say 36? 39 years, so you started at 7.
Yeah.
And so thank you for all your years of dedication, and appreciate you and do this, and looking forward to more state championships.
Yeah.
So
they're hard to come by.
So great. So if you'll excuse these guys, they're going to have some cake right now here at Luigi's. We're going to wrap up the show here in a second, talk about class and SAS, and we'll be back right after this on Oklahoma Sports Network.
Let's hear it for the ladies.
Presented to the Newcastle High School ladies.
Well, the start of the game, I told the assistant coaches, I said, I hope we swing the bats well, take a little pressure off of us. We didn't swing extremely well yesterday. We were a little too anxious, a little too much anxiety. But we did a great job of jumping out and scoring 1 run the first inning and 3 the second inning. But I knew once we scored those 4 runs that this young lady right here, she's special, and she deserves this. We've had so many great pitchers in the past, and the only thing that wasn't a notch on her belt was state championship, and she got it for us today. She did a great job.
It means a lot. I don't know. It's been 4 long years, so finally got it.
Yeah, I've been chewing on her for 4 long years. I'm tough on them. But I love them to death.
What does the feeling feel like now that you can call yourself a state champion?
I don't know. I don't think it's set in yet, but it feels great right now.
Hey, we're back here at the Coaches Show here at Luigi's, wrapping it up. A great night. This has been a fun night. I want to thank everybody who's been here, clapping, cheering. A lot of coaches are here. A lot of students are here. A lot of families are here. Great guests. Want to thank Nicole Copeland for being here and appreciate her.
It's really a pleasure having our basketball head coach
Yes.
and assistant head coaches, and we root for all the athletics.
I know I didn't get a chance to ask Austin what it's like working with Mom. And if that's he says good. All right, good answer. She's right beside you. Okay, good. But no, we've had a great night. I hope that you've enjoyed our guests. We're going to wrap it up. We're getting ready to talk about class and SAS. The game we're going to have this Friday night. Something I know that you're thinking about as well. It is senior night this week. And so last home game, come out, celebrate our seniors, celebrate all of them I think in cheer and band and football.
Right. All fall sports.
All fall sports.
And we're going to have some senior night. We're also going to have some special recognition for the coin toss. So be watching for that.
Yes.
And it's our last home game of the regular season. We're really hoping to get to host some games after that. But this will be the last home game at Racer Stadium during the regular season. So come out and enjoy it. And we don't know for sure what to expect. We're playing a team that doesn't have a real strong record, but they've got some strong statistics.
They do, some real good statistics. So go ahead if you want to share some of those.
Well, they do have a quarterback that's had a remarkable season already. He's thrown for something like 1,400 yards, Billy.
Yes.
And some of his competition hasn't been really strong. Remarkably, the Bridge Creek team were able to prevail over them. They held his passing down to just a little over 100 yards. So we look forward to seeing Mr. Hardiman, I think is number 1 on the roster. He'll be their quarterback, and we'll be just looking for the Racers to perform well.
That's right, yeah, and he is one of their top running backs as well. One of the things that I saw in him on video is he does well when he gets out of the pocket. When you got him running and scooting, moving around, he does a really good job of passing it down the field. He can even throw it across his body with good accuracy. I think that speaks well of him. He's also a strong runner, so you know where you kind of have to fit in all of that. Also, I think that that he enjoys getting out of the pocket. And that's what scares me a little bit.
Right.
On paper, it looks like, they're 2-2 at home, 1-2 away, 4-2 total. And so it looks good, especially on senior night. We should do well, but they are a good team. They come in strong. They play tough. And so I think it's going to be a really good game to finish our home stand out in. What are some I just went blank what I was going to say. What are some keys to the game that you see this week?
I think one of the keys to the game is, cut out penalties. Don't let penalties come up and bite us. Don't worry about try to guard against playing down to a team that may not be quite as strong as we are. And then a key to the game for me, not a key to winning or not winning, but a key is getting more and more of our players involved on the field in the game and get these youngsters. I believe that we should have quite a bit of time for our players from the bench to get in there and get some good playing time.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think I don't mean any disrespect, but I think if we lose this game, it'd be because we beat ourselves.
You're right.
And so you're right. Cut down the penalties. I thought they did a great job last week. Kind of cut down on a lot of those penalties.
They sure did.
There. And so don't get penalized. Don't get yourself behind the sticks. Come out, play well, play to what you've been doing all year. I think some keys to the game is the players continue trusting each other, not getting out of position, trying to overplay here and there. Have good technique and good tackling. So those are some keys that I have for the game.
And Billy, we're back here next week, right?
Yes, we are.
So we can't wait to come back next week. That'll be between the Classen game and the Tuttle Tiger game.
That's right.
So be sure and tune in next week. Or if you're where you can, come in and enjoy some Italian food here at Luigi.
That's right. Some great food. Tonight, $10 lasagna. Their lasagna is incredible. But yes, this is our senior night game. The last 2 games are away. Now check this out. Are you ready? Last 2 games, at Tuttle, at Bethany. So not too far away that you can't go, especially that Tuttle game. Love to see the fans there, but if you can't make the game, watch it on the Oklahoma Sports Network, on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV. I think the Tuttle game is going to be a YouTube game and Facebook game.
Oh, good.
And so you should have plenty of ways to watch it, or just go to the app, Oklahoma Sports Net, and download the app. You got anything else to say about tonight?
We had a great crowd tonight. We do
crowd.
every week. It was not a disappointment tonight at all. Coaches from several sports were here, a lot of fans. Our good friend Kevin Cosby is here. He's helped us in the press box for the last 30-something years.
Wow.
A longtime Racer fan. We're just glad to have them here and glad to have the nice service and support from Dee and Louise and all the members here at Luigi's.
That's right. So thank you for being with us. We'll be getting ready for Tuttle next week. Be with us. Next week we'll start at 7 o'clock. So be ready for that change. Do want to thank everybody. Imagine we had 3 different sports here tonight.
We do. And excuse me, don't forget we've got a technology here. But yeah, 3 sports here tonight, and we've had several over the weeks. And we're so glad for that, and we're so glad for Mr. Uriah.
Yes, we have Uriah Martin. You couldn't see him over here when the girls' team was in here. He did not mind one bit. But no, Uriah's over here on production. He's handling all the computer things for us. We want to thank you for that, and I hope you enjoy doing that. Hey, be with us next week, again, 7 o'clock. Be here getting ready for Tuttle. Hope to have a great news from the class and game. Gene, thanks. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Billy. You work hard at this, and we really appreciate it.
And so be with us next week. Thanks for joining us here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.